Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel Success English Web. In this video, we are going to discuss about tenses, the introduction to the tenses. But before we do so, let me give you a gentle reminder. If you have not yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. The word tense has been derived from the Latin word tempus, which means time. There are three basic tenses: past tense, present tense, and future tense. It is said that tenses are 80% of any language. That means if a person is well versed in tenses, that means he is 80% well versed in that particular language. To learn tenses, to become master in tenses, there are few basic things which we should know. The very first thing which we should know is the subject. We should know what is a subject. Unless we don't know what is a subject, we are unable to frame the sentences. In the previous video, we had discussed about the subject. In this video, we are going to revise it. So what is a subject? A subject is a noun or pronoun which is the doer of an action. As far as tenses are concerned, whenever we frame a sentence of any tense, either past tense, present tense or future tense, there is a verb, main verb in that sentence. So doer of that particular action is called as subject. The second definition of a subject is a noun or pronoun that is being talked about in a particular sentence. It is not compulsory that in all the sentences what we are framing, what we are writing may contain the main verb. Few sentences may not have the main verb. So in that case, the subject is not the doer of an action. The subject is a noun or pronoun that is being talked about. Second important thing, we must know what are the helping verbs. Helping verbs, which are also called as auxiliary verbs and primary auxiliaries. One of the most important things while dealing with the tenses, we should know what are the helping verbs. So these are the helping verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, do, did, does, have, had, has. These are the helping verbs. And it is also called as auxiliary verbs and primary auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries are also important. What do you mean by modal auxiliaries? Now, modal auxiliaries are also helping verbs. As far as tenses are concerned, we will use only two modal auxiliaries, will and shall. These are the two modal auxiliaries which will be used as helping verbs. And other modal auxiliaries may not be used. May not be means it will not be used in tenses. Only these two modal auxiliaries will be used. But as we have discussed about the helping verb, so I thought we should also discuss about modal auxiliaries, because modal auxiliaries are nothing but it is helping verbs only. The second important thing is that we should know the verb forms. So these are the 5 forms of the verb that will be used in dealing with the tenses. Actually, there are 7 forms of the verb. The remaining 2 forms we may discuss later on. But as now we are dealing with the tenses, so these are the 5 forms of the tenses which are important. Base or root form of the verb. It is also called as the first form. First form, base form or root form of the verb. Then second form, V2, is called as past tense. V3 is called as past participle. This is V3, verb in third form, past participle. Then the fourth form of the verb is called as either verb in ES form or S form. And fifth form is called as verb in ING form. So these are the 5 forms of the verb which will be very helpful in dealing with the tenses. Base form, root form or first form of the verb. Past tense, second form of the verb is called as past tense. Third form of the verb is called as past participle. Now this is the fourth form of the verb, which is called as verb in es form or s form. And the fifth form of the verb is called as verb in ing form. So these are few examples of the verb formation. Write. This is the base form or first form. Second form is wrote. Third form is written. Es form or s form, here it is es form. Writes, then writing. Here, take. Second form took. Third form taken. Fourth form takes. It is called as s form or es form. And ing form, taking. Eat. Ate. Second form. Eaten. Third form. Eats, fourth form. Here only s is added, so it is s form of the verb. In the first s is added, so it is also first form. Eating. Then drive, drove, driven, drives, driving. Now let's have a look at the last two examples. Play, played. What has been used here? Ed. While converting it into second form, ed is used. So remember, when the first form is added ed to convert it into second form, the third form will also be same. It is called as ed form of the verb. If the second form is ed, third form will also be the same. Play, played, played. Then plays and playing. Similarly, the last example, ask. What is the second form? Asked. Ed is added to the second form. That means to the third form also we have to add ed. It's according to the rule. Asked. Then asks and asking. One more thing. The verbs which are added ed to convert into second and third form, such verbs are called as regular verbs. I repeat. The verbs which are added ed for the conversion into second and third form, such verbs are called as regular verbs. And the verbs which have all the five forms different, the remaining example, such verbs are called as irregular verbs. There are three basic tenses, past, present and future, and each tense has four subtypes. So these are the four subtypes of each tense. Let's have a look at it. Simple past tense, it is also called as past indefinite. Second, past continuous tense. Past continuous tense is also called as past progressive tense. Third, past perfect tense. And the last, past perfect continuous. Similarly, for present tense, simple present tense, it is also called as present indefinite. Then present continuous tense, which is also called as present progressive tense, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. As far as future tense is concerned, the first kind is simple future tense, which is also called as future indefinite tense. Second, future continuous tense, which will be also called as future progressive tense. Third, future perfect tense. And fourth, future perfect continuous tense. So these are the 12 types of tenses, and we'll study all the tenses one by one. Okay, let's start with past continuous tense. According to the sequence, simple tenses occur first. But to make it more easy for you people to understand, I have started, or I will start it with past continuous tense. There is a reason behind that, which you will learn very soon. Before that, let's have a look at the equation. In the previous video, while dealing with the types of sentences or kinds of sentences, we had seen the assertive sentence. And in that we have seen the equation of an assertive sentence. So here the equation of assertive sentence will be applied in all the tenses. So what is the general equation for the construction of assertive sentences? The general equation for the construction of assertive sentence is subject plus helping verb plus verb plus object. This is the general equation. Now for constructing the sentences of all the 12 types of sentences, we have to put the values in this formula or equation. We have seen the helping verbs. We have also seen the forms of the verb. We know what is the subject. So now we are going to study past continuous tense. Now before that, let me clear one point. When do we use the sentences of past continuous tense? We use past continuous tense at that time when we have to convey that a particular work was not completed in past. When a particular work was going on in past, that is called as past continuous tense. यानी past में जो वक्त गुजर गया, उस वक्त में जो काम कंटिन्यू था या जारी था, उस काम को बताने के लिए, उस एक्शन को बताने के लिए हम पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Now this is the modified equation of past continuous tense. This is the general equation and this is the modified equation of past continuous tense. हमने यहाँ पर values डाले हैं. Subject will be as it is. The helping verbs, which helping verbs will be used? Was and verb. We have seen the helping verbs. Plus here in past continuous tense, we will use the verb in ing form. In the formation, in the sequence, which form is ing form? The fifth form is ing form. So in continuous tenses, all the three continuous tenses, past continuous, present continuous and future continuous, we will use the verb in ing form. So what is the modified equation for past continuous tense? Past continuous tense की equation क्या बनती है फिर? Subject plus was of verb plus verb in ing form plus object. Now these are the examples and these are affirmative examples. Positive, affirmative, it is also called as positive. So first example, we were looking at the blackboard. What is the translation of this sentence? We were looking at the blackboard. हम blackboard की तरफ देख रहे थे. The work was in progress. मतलब आपका देखना. What is the verb here? Looking. देखना. ये काम उस टाइम पर past में जारी था. We were looking at the blackboard. हम blackboard की तरफ देख रहे थे. काम जारी था. Complete नहीं हुआ था. It was not completed. Second example, teacher was scolding a boy. What do you mean by scolding? डांटना. Scolding means डांटना. And what is the translation of this sentence? Teacher, उस्ताद, बच्चे को डांट रहा था या बच्चे को डांट रही थी. It's a neuter gender, so it may be male or female. उस्ताद या टीचर बच्चे को डांट रहा था. Work was going on. काम पूरा नहीं हुआ था. डांटने का काम जारी था. So this is past continuous tense. Now let's try to match the sentence with the equation. As the modified equation is subject plus was verb plus verb in ing form plus object. So let's see what is the subject. Subject क्या है first sentence में? We. Correct. What is the helping verb? Was. So helping verb is also used. What is the verb? Looking. And the remaining part after verb is called as object. So this sentence and the equation is matching with each other. That means we have constructed the correct sentences. Third example, Rohan was distributing chocolates. Rohan was distributing chocolates यानी रोहन chocolates बांट रहा था. उसका काम जारी था, complete नहीं हुआ था. और रोहन चॉकलेट तकसीम कर रहा था. डिस्ट्रीब्यूट यानी बांटना. द वर्क वाज गोइंग ऑन. इट वाज नॉट कंप्लीटेड इन पास्ट. एंड द लास्ट एग्जांपल, द पैसेंजर्स वर पैकिंग अप देयर लगेज. लगेज यानी सामान. पैसेंजर, जो पैसेंजर्स थे, ट्रेवल करने वाले लोग, वो अपने सामान को बांध रहे थे. दैट मीन्स द वर्क वाज गोइंग ऑन. वर्क वाज इन प्रोग्रेस. Passengers were packing up their luggage. These are positive sentences or affirmative, positive or affirmative. Now let's have a look at the negative sentences also. Now what should we do to make a positive sentence? A negative sentence, a negative one. I am not talking about negative. Only negative will be different. अगर मैं सिर्फ कहूँ negative तो कुछ अलग होता है वो. That we are going to discuss later on. अगर मैं negative sentence कह रहा, so we have to add not after the helping verb. So what is the helping verb in the first sentence? Verb. उसके बाद आपको not use करना है to make a positive sentence a negative one. So the negative sentence, we were not looking at the blackboard. क्या मतलब होता है इसका? हम blackboard की तरफ नहीं देख रहे थे. Because when we talk, either we speak affirmative, negative, interrogative. So that all the things we are going to discuss. We were not looking at the blackboard. After helping verb, we have to add not. Second negative sentence, teacher was not scolding a boy. Teacher या उस्ताद या शिक्षक बच्चे को नहीं डांट रहे थे. Next, Rohan was not distributing chocolates. रोहन चॉकलेट्स नहीं बांट रहा था या रोहन चॉकलेट्स नहीं तकसीम कर रहा था. And the last example, passengers were not packing up their luggage. Passengers अपना सामान नहीं बांध रहे थे. The work was in progress. So such examples are the examples of past continuous tense, and we can use past continuous tense example in a day-to-day conversation. Simple past continuous sentences can also be used in the form of questions, and we know that there are two kinds of questions. Past continuous tense के जो examples है वो हम लोग questions के तौर पर, सवाल के तौर पर भी यूज कर सकते हैं. There are two kinds of questions, verbal and WH word question. Now see here the equation of a verbal question. Verbal, it is also called as yes no type, because we can get the answer, complete answer either in yes or no. So equation, everything depends. As far as tenses are concerned, most of the things depends upon the equation only. So let's see the equation of an interrogative question. Verbal, helping verb plus subject plus verb and object. In assertive, what do we use? Subject at the beginning. But while asking question, जब हम किसी से सवाल पूछेंगे, especially the question related to past continuous tense or any question related to all the 12 types of tenses, past continuous tense हो या और कोई tense हो, जब सवाल हम करेंगे वो भी verbal, it is called as verbal or yes no type. So at the beginning we have to use the helping verb. Now let's have a look at these example. Were we looking at the blackboard? इसका मतलब क्या होता है? क्या हम ब्लैकबोर्ड की तरफ देख रहे थे? इट्स अ क्वेश्चन. क्या हम ब्लैकबोर्ड की तरफ देख रहे थे? सेकेंड, वॉज टीचर स्कोल्डिंग अ बॉय? क्या उस्ताद और क्या टीचर बच्चे को डांट रहे थे? इट इज ऑल्सो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कंटिन्यूएशन. यू आर आस्किंग अ क्वेश्चन, बट दिस क्वेश्चन इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कंटिन्यूएशन. देन नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल, was Rohan distributing chocolates? This is the way to ask the question. Was Rohan distributing chocolates? क्या रोहन चॉकलेट्स बांट रहा था और क्या रोहन चॉकलेट्स तकसीम कर रहा था? And the last example, were passengers packing up their luggage? क्या पैसेंजर्स अपना सामान बांध रहे थे? So either we use affirmative or negative or interrogative or a WH word question, interrogative verbal or a interrogative WH word question in our day-to-day conversation. जब हम बात करते हैं तो हम ये चार चीजें बहुत ज्यादा, चार चीजों का हम यूज करते हैं. So we have seen the three things. Affirmative कैसे बोलेंगे आप, negative कैसे बोलोगे, interrogative में verbal questions कैसे frame करोगे, and the last thing is how to frame the WH word question. Before that, let's have a look at the equation. So what is the equation? At the beginning we have to use the W or H word. In the previous video we had seen that there are 9 W और H वर्ड्स। हमने देखा था कि 9 W H वर्ड्स जो कि हम W H वर्ड क्वेश्चन के फॉर्मेशन के टाइम पर यूज कर सकते हैं। इट शुड बी यूज एट द बिगिनिंग followed by helping verb, then this equation. See the equation helping verb subject verb object, helping verb subject verb object. Only at the beginning we have to use a W or H word to make it a W or H word question. Let's have a look at these examples. When were we looking at the blackboard? क्या मतलब है इसका? What is the translation? हम ब्लैक बोर्ड की तरफ कब देख रहे थे? This is the correct construction of a WH word question. You cannot ask this question. 90% of the people, 90% of the children, they do one common mistake. That is, they ask the same question. Same question कैसे पूछ लेते हैं हम लोग? When we were looking at the blackboard. Just for understanding, the person understand that you are asking a question, but grammatically it is wrong. The WH word question should begin with a WH word followed by the helping verb. You cannot use subject after the WH word. Second example, why was teacher scolding a boy? Teacher बच्चे को क्यों डांट रहे थे? It depends upon you. Any information you want to get, you can use any WH word. जो भी information आपको चाहिए. For example, आपको if you want to know that at why was teacher scolding a boy? When was teacher scolding a boy? If you want to get that information, accordingly you can use the 9 W or H word. So the wrong way of framing such question is why teacher was scolding a boy will be wrong. After WH word there should be helping verb. Why was teacher scolding a boy? Teacher बच्चे को क्यों डांट रहे थे? Next example. Whom was Rohan distributing chocolates? रोहन किसे चॉकलेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट या बांट रहा था? काम जारी है, बांट रहा था. You cannot ask this question. Whom Rohan was distributing chocolate? Grammatically it will be wrong. And the last example. Where were passengers packing up their luggage? Passengers अपना सामान कहाँ बांध रहे थे? It depends upon you. It depends upon us. Which information we want to get. So that particular W or H word we will use in that sentence. I hope past continuous tense is very much clear to you. In the coming video, we will discuss present continuous tense and future continuous tense. One more time, let me remind you, if you have not yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. Thank you.